I'm from SWECO DK, and I'm René. I'm here with Niels Peter and Frederick. Cool. I prepare 5 projects. Some of them are old projects, and some of them have already been spoken by SWECO Poland, so I think we skip those. But 5 projects, and I can see we are a bit up the time, but I'll try to do it fast. First of all, thank you to Stosoft team to have us here again. It's so wonderful to be here to see all the new features and all the things you made, and just that you listen to us about the whole thing that we want and implement the things we love to have in our program. So thank you, everyone. First of all, I present those AL projects back in 23, both AL North and AL House, and Thomas already presented this one, so I think we skip this. Just to show the finished project. Then we have AL North, where we also presented back in 23. Just to say we have this, does this pointer work? But we have the architecture sketch, and this is the Revit model structure. It's mostly the prefab structure where we have the walls and holocaust slabs and composite beams. It's pine foundation with anchorage and cast in place foundation. And back then we presented those 2 models where we split the whole structure, where we model everything in, but for safe calculation time we are split in 2. And just to see the finished construction site, the client is going to move in here in November, hopefully, if they finish the roof and everything. Now some new projects. We have this project called Future Site. It's 15,000 square meters, and nice, simple project for a structural engineer. Almost square, some simple steel structures. Prefab, as always in Denmark, with some prefab walls, some cores that take the stability, and also some composite beams and prefab colors of prefab walls and cast in place foundation. And you can see this is the big Revit model, and just a floor representation in the Revit model, and also the architectural sketch. Actually, this is the first time we try to use the IFC import to FemDesign. Hopefully it worked better, but normally we use the Revit to modify the analytics model and to put it into FemDesign, but unfortunately Revit Autodesk changed the analytic model module, so our tools that didn't work anymore, so we tried to the IFC, but hopefully with the next FemDesign we can use Revit again and an analytic model to keep up our workflow. So this is the model here, one big model we made, but because the FemDesign has optimized the calculation time, it will help us to get fast to get some results. Just a floor print of the principle. You can see the columns and the composite beams and the concrete cores, all prefab. Also the facade, some places where we have some brick walls. Then I got a new project. It's quite started right now. It's in the design, not the design phase, but conceptual design phase. It's called Project Meadow Site L, and it plays near to the new metro line in Copenhagen. Right now, it's a kind of structure where there also is timber in, so we have some prefab cores to take the stability. And right now, we discussed how we to solve the rest of the timber structure. In the moment, we have CLT slabs. We have some timber beams, some CLT walls. For the rest of the structure, so the whole basement is like concrete and have pile foundation. And then we have the staircases as concrete cores all the way up, and the rest of it is made in CLT, as it is now. I think the contractor would really like to change the facades to cassettes, but let's see if he can do that. It's quite complex with the angles and so on for that. We are in early phase, so right now we have made some small models to estimate what should be possible with the stability and which walls should be stabilizing, and figure out how much should the core take and how much should the CLT walls take. In the staircase you can see the CLT walls is the orange wall, and the other ones is the concrete cores. So it's quite early, so hopefully next year I can present some large model of this and show how we have used FemDesign to design both the timber structure also the concrete course, but also the foundation. Actually, we have like two parts. Right now, we make two models, one for one part of the building and one for the other to represent the whole structure, but it's the same principle all the way. Some of the walls have like span over beams and columns and so on, but hopefully we get to make the architect correct it and get some more walls in with the contract as well, so it's much easier for us as structural engineers. Another project is called Småkagen, in Danish, the cookie. It's placed on the old site where there have been a factory who made cookies in Denmark. You can see it's a residential building with some small houses, and under the small house a big basement. Here have we used a lot more of prefab print, so thanks to Kasper, who also helped with to understand how we can use prefab print optimized for our calculation. And here have we just made some kind of elevation, mini elevation inside a big model, and then we have used this feature, which I really love, to like export the loads or the reaction from the walls into a foundation model. And we're going to use it a lot more because it's really nice to use and can make more simpler model and save calculation time, and it's easier to handle the whole structure. And I think that was it for me. So thank you for your attention.